Story 1. My girlfriend used to work at a concert hall or art exhibit. She said the men's soap dispenser needed to be changed once a week, as opposed to the women's, which needed to be changed daily. Wash your hands, lads. Story 2. When you go to the bathroom, you need to wash your hands thoroughly with soap and scrub them together, not just hold them motionless under the water for a few seconds. Story 3. Wash your backside. It doesn't affect me on a daily basis if someone doesn't do this, but I know you're a filthy animal when you tell me you don't. Story 4. Okay, strange one, but do people here wash their legs and feet in the shower? I do, but I have a friend that says he doesn't bother actively washing his legs and feet because the soap washes down over them. Whereas I think it's important to at least lather soap over legs and feet, particularly in between toes, so that it gets rid of loose skin, which might not be agitated by the flow of water alone. Story 5. You all need to clean underneath your fingernails. That includes those of you with long artificial nails where dirt and bacteria accumulate easily. It's gross. Story 6. Not sure if this counts, but people who pee on the seat and don't clean it, especially men, they will swear up and down that they can aim and it wasn't them instead of simply wiping it up. Nasty. Story 7. Wash your bedding every week, especially if you sleep with another person, and even more so if you are not someone who showers in the evening. Story 8. Hi there. I'm a person who goes to a lot of video game tournaments and conventions. While it's gotten better over the years, it is a sad fact that gamers and convention goers are known to smell really bad. Basic hygiene is something you should do every day, right? Well, in that case, 1. Shower properly by rubbing your smelly bits and using deodorant. Wash your belly button properly. Wash your backside. Some people have admitted to me they don't reach back there with soap because it makes them uncomfortable or is gross and dirty. I promise you, if you do not wash back there, you will stink to the point where it's hard to be around you. Wash under your folds if you are overweight or have extra skin. Moisture will collect under your skin, and if not lifted up and washed and scrubbed explicitly with soap and water, it will give off a stink that will repel people around you. Story 9. I still can't get over the fact that so many people don't brush their teeth daily. It's the first thing I do after waking up. How could you talk to someone in close proximity if you know you didn't brush your teeth? Absolutely mind-blowing. Story 10. People taking their phones into the restroom, not disinfecting their phones in general, flushing the toilet with the lid up, no toothbrush protector, not washing their feet. I can think of so many that it's actually disturbing. Story 11. As a man, men's lack of hygiene in public toilets is honestly disgusting. I work in a huge office, and the number of times the bowl is destroyed or there is urine all over the seats is appalling. Probably the same individuals that leave their rubbish all over the place for the cleaners to deal with too. I really do not understand having a lack of basic manners when in a shared space. Story 12. Honestly, I think a lot of people overlook washing their hands properly. I see it all the time. People just run their hands under water for 2 seconds and call it good. But using soap and scrubbing for at least 20 seconds is so important, especially after using the bathroom or before eating. It is such a simple thing, but it makes a huge difference in staying healthy and avoiding germs. It drives me nuts when I see it skipped. Story 13. Not scrubbing the bottom of their feet or in between their toes in the shower. It is not enough to just let the water run down to your feet. You need to scrub the bottom of your feet and in between your toes too. Story 14. Keeping their glasses clean. I work as an optician and frequently clean people's grimy lenses that have a buildup of oil and fingerprint smudges on them. Another common thing I see is dead skin trapped between the frame and lenses. Keep your glasses clean by spraying your lenses regularly with lens cleaner or using a mild dish detergent with cold water. Also, if you wear nose pads on your glasses and notice they're going a bit green, go and get them replaced. Story 15. Dental hygiene. I knew this girl who did not take care of her teeth. I would be in the passenger seat rolling the window down because her breath smelled so bad. I am very sensitive to the smell of tonsil stones, and I can smell it on anyone's breath. Disgusting. I have also had someone hand me something that had been in their pocket, and it smelled like body odor. Story 16. I don't know if I'm just crazy, but I swear people have worse and worse breath every year. I swear half the time I'm talking to someone in public, I can smell their bad breath. My theory is either that COVID-19 made people lazy with oral hygiene, or everyone is constantly using their vaporizers and marijuana pens so they have chronic dry mouth. Or everyone is on psychiatric drugs, which also causes dry mouth. Or all of the above. Story 17. Washing hands with soap. I know so many people who wash their hands by simply making them wet. They do not use soap or rub their hands together in any way. They just turn on the faucet to make their hands wet. My ex would use the sink to wash his hands by holding them under running water for a second, then rub his hands over his face to wash his face. For those who do not understand why you need to wash your hands after going to the restroom, even if you did not actually touch anything, your hands are still dirty. You still touched many dirty surfaces before using the restroom, and all that dirt is still on your hands. Also, another one, cough in your elbow. If you cough in your hand or your fist, you are better off coughing without anything covering your mouth. It does not matter if you are coughing because of something in your throat or whatever. Do not cough in your hand. You will be touching door handles and other surfaces that everyone else will touch as well, and whatever you coughed up will be passed on to them. Story 18. Using the dryers in public bathrooms. I saw a lot of comments saying hand washing, but we are better off using our own clothing than any air that shuffles poop particles around. Story 19. I fully believe that you need more than toilet paper to truly clean yourself after using the bathroom. Toilet paper just mops and smears, it doesn't get rid of poop and pee. Ideally, you wash yourself with water, such as with a bidet or pouring water, but when that's not available, at the very least you need to be using a wet paper towel or wet wipe, even if you're just going to pee. Clean your butts, people. Story 20. Tongue scrubber. I don't see it, but I'm a high school teacher, so I'm talking to close to 100 different people each day. There's a lot of bad breath. Story 21. Washing the body. Too many people wash their hair, face, armpits, and genital area, and let the soap run down their body to clean. You need to scrub your body, your entire body, including the bottoms of the feet and behind your ears. Story 22. Your feet, especially around and under your toes. Dead skin builds up under your toes, and if you don't get rid of it, your toe won't have space to grow. You end up with ingrown toenails or toenails that have been heavily curved. Clean your toes or you can end up in a lot of pain. Story 23. People with unappealing toenails or feet should avoid wearing flip-flops. If your toenails have a fungus, are discolored, untrimmed, or curling away from the nail bed, or if you have large cracking calluses and corns, please refrain from wearing flip-flops in public, especially in restaurants. Story 24. Many people brush their teeth, clean their tongues, and use mouthwash, but rarely have I met someone who washes the inside of their cheeks and the roof of their mouth. Story 25. Wash your stinky feet. I use baby wipes on my feet before I get in bed. My sheets stay clean longer. My feet are softer and smell better. God, some people's feet are just rank. Story 26. Oh my God, oral hygiene. People's breaths are so stinky. Since I've been working and having to talk to more people in life, I'm getting slapped in the face at least 3 times a day by someone's stinky breath. And it's a distinct smell too, halitosis. If you ever notice the same smell from multiple people's mouths who smoke or just don't take care of their infections or cavities, bro, halitosis. Story 27. Coughing into open air or hands. I watched a lady at Costco's food area cough into her hands, then proceed to touch the metal counter all over and try to grab someone else's food. Please don't do this. If you're coughing, please wear a mask or cough into your shirt. I don't care if it's just allergies, it's still bad. Story 28. I find most guys miss washing their ass and balls. I have yet to get a solid reason why. Women tend to go too long in between washing their hair, in my opinion. There's a tipping point between maintaining healthy hair and being neglectful. Story 29. Trimming your armpit hair. Use a trimmer with a number 1 guard. People apply deodorant but wonder why they still smell, no matter how much they use. It's because they are applying the deodorant to the hair, not the skin. Story 30. Close the lid of the toilet when you flush. After testing, they found particles 9 feet away from the bowl. Imagine all the particles after all the flushes in your house. All the walls, towels, and toothbrushes are covered in a fine layer of feces. Story 31. Toes between them, around them. Rub off all the dead skin. Use foaming soap and a toe brush or silicone scrub. Pumice those heels too. Follow up with a good foot lotion. Use tea tree oil twice daily on nails that look cloudy, and they'll clear up in a few months. Story 32. Washing your hands properly. There are so many times I'm in the bathroom and someone leaves the stall or the urinal and walks out the door either without even looking at a faucet or just running their hands under water without soap for a few seconds. I've twice been in the bathroom with older men taking comically smelly and horrific bowel movements, only for them to walk past me when I'm at the sink and head out the door, then violently shove their hand in a public candy pot and grab a fistful of candy. Disgusting. One of those jobs was food service, and I had to grip the candy pot or bin with my pinky and the tip of my thumb, toss out all the candy, wash my hands, then refill it. The other was at my current job in a library. Absolutely putrid. Story 33. These days, it feels like showers are optional for some, with all the body odor polluting the air, so I'll say deodorant is often overlooked. It's an assault on my nostrils. Story 34. I work in a dental office. People who don't floss and have plaque buildup between all of their teeth and gums bleed at the slightest puff of air on them. They have the gall to look at me and say, "But I do floss," when I tell them they need to. Not only that, but people who just don't brush their teeth. You only get one set of adult teeth in your life and you treat them like that? Story 35. People are always so worried about the toilet being unhygienic, but they fail to see that kitchen sponges can grow a nasty set of bacteria in a short time. I mean, they are fed with the food you wash off the plates and watered too. What's not to like? After a while, you can even smell them. I mean, you can smell that your sponge has adopted an odor. Don't even let it get there. Either wash or replace them before they get nasty. Story 36. Sadly, hand washing. I see so many people skip it entirely, and possibly more perplexing, some people pretend to wash, turning on the water and waving their hands near it without getting them wet. Disgusting. Story 37. I want to add to the conversation that a lot of poor hygiene is due to parents not teaching their kids. Kids need to be actively taught everything. But some parents also have bad hygiene, so they don't teach it because they don't do it. My parents didn't teach me a lot of proper hygiene, like washing my legs, belly button, and behind the ears. I had to learn this in adulthood, unfortunately, and I will thank social media for this. So keep these conversations going to educate the people who didn't get it from their parents. Story 38. To add to the flossing comment, not rinsing off the floss between each tooth. You are literally taking plaque, food, and other debris from between two teeth and smearing it between two other teeth. Story 39. Washing hands after using the toilet is pretty normal for men, but I even see women just wetting their hands without using soap. If you don't use soap, there's no point. Story 40. Washing their hands before and during preparing food. Maybe I'm obsessive, but I wash mine repeatedly while preparing meals, especially if I'm going back and forth touching raw meat, cracking eggs, which I wash first, and prepping fresh fruits and vegetables, which I also wash with soap and water. Story 41. Honestly, dental hygiene. So many of my coworkers have rotting teeth or rotting teeth in the making. I don't know if it's because I work night shift and that shift doesn't normally have the healthiest of people or what. They all seem to live off junk food and sugar as well, which probably doesn't help. Story 42. Flossing and using mouthwash. I'm not judging, but I do worry for them. Dental care, especially advanced cleanings, is really just out of budget for the average person in the United States. Story 43. Sleep and mental hygiene. Find a fixed time frame when you sleep and implement rituals to condition your body to go to sleep faster. It is unhealthy to dwell on a topic that is either unsolvable or already has a solution for weeks or months. Story 44. Wash your legs, feet, in between them and the back of your legs too. Skin sweats. All of your skin sweats. You must wash, especially your legs and feet. Of course, you do a 3-stage washing of all your body, but legs and feet are a must. Please wash your legs. Story 45. I think properly washed clothes are often neglected. If the clothes are not clean even after a wash cycle, you have to address the problem in the chain. Story 46. A lot of people seem to bathe much less frequently during the COVID pandemic, and sadly, many have continued this habit. The number of very unpleasantly smelling people out in public stuns me. Because it is winter, the odor lingers in the air. If what I can see, such as filthy hair, is any indication, things are much worse under those clothes. They leave a trail of odor in the supermarket. For goodness sake. Story 47. Hand washing. Do it after you use the toilet, when handling food, when you come back in from outside, etc. It doesn't take long, but can make a huge difference. Story 48. Clipping and filing their nails and pumicing their feet. Nothing is worse than when someone takes off their socks to reveal crusty feet with peeling skin and talons for toenails. It's foul. Foot care is a real thing and prevents a lot of diseases. Story 49. Washing their body beyond the 4 points. Armpits, crotch, buttocks, chest, and for some, it's only 3. Get a proper shower brush. Clean your back. Clean the back of your legs. Clean your feet. Clean your whole body. The brush is so you can reach it. No, it's not enough that the soapy water is flowing over those parts. Wash them.